Xiaomi's Redmi smartphones of 2018 have seen a jump in screen size. The company, deploying the bezel-less design, has been able to pack 6-inch displays onto its Note phones. They may not be very big, but a big screen size does make them difficult to use. Enter the Redmi 5. Packing a smaller screen, the phone brings a little more sanity into what the design and size should be on a bezel-less device. You're watching India Today Tech, and in this video, we'll review the Redmi 5 and take a look at all its features, specs, pros and cons, and tell you if you should buy it or not. Among the Redmi phones of 2018, the Redmi 5 is the most ergonomic. Of course, it has a smaller 5.7-inch display, but it is also thinner and lighter than the other two, which makes it easier to use, keep it in the pocket, and handle with one hand. And thanks to its thin bezel design, it is able to pack a bigger screen for its size. The black color variant we received for review also looks classy. Redmi 5 comes in 3 other colors as well. The build quality of Redmi 5 is decent. It isn't as good as the Redmi Note 5 or the Pro variant. That would be the case as the phone has plastic frame and only the back is fitted with a metal plate. A small amount of force is enough to bend the phone, so make sure you don't keep it in your back pocket. As a consolation, the front has a Corning glass protection. The volume rocker and lock key is made out of metal and are very tactile, and the fingerprint scanner is easy to reach. At the top bezel, the phone has sensor, earpiece, front camera and notification LED. At the bottom there are 2 speaker grills, but only the right one has the speaker. There's a micro USB port between the two. At the top there is a headphone jack, secondary mic for noise cancellation, and IR blaster to use the phone as a universal remote using the Mi Remote app. Redmi 5 comes with a 5.7-inch IPS display that has 720p resolution. It's a nice display with adequate brightness for outdoor use, though it is not as good as the more expensive Xiaomi phones like the Redmi Note 5 or the Note 5 Pro, but it's decent enough. The display produces nice color tones and has good viewing angles. Compared to phones in its price, it's quite a vibrant display. You won't feel the difference in contrast, sharpness and viewing angles unless you compare it head to head with a full HD panel like that on the Redmi Note 5. Thanks to the latest chip, the Snapdragon 450, performance is not an issue on the Redmi 5. The phone certainly runs a heavy skin, and being a budget phone, we didn't expect it to be butter smooth, but the phone surprised us with its blazing performance. To put it into perspective, the app launch and handling is as fast as the Note 5 that comes with a more powerful Snapdragon 626. In fact, in some cases, we found the Redmi 5 to be faster. This is probably because it runs a lower resolution display. Since both phones have same GPU, the Adreno 506, the Redmi 5 is able to balance out the lack of a faster processor. This is also evident from the fact that gaming on Redmi 5 is a smooth affair. Light games like Subway Surfers run without a hitch, something that Redmi 5A is not able to achieve. We also tested games like Asphalt 8 in full graphic settings, and that too worked surprisingly well. For most part, the game runs smooth with negligible frame drops or lags, and on the thin bezel display, it looks quite stunning. But the game menu does take its sweet time for the options to load, which can be irritating at times. Redmi 5 runs MIUI 9 on Android Nougat. At this price point, we can't really complain about the software of this phone. But yes, there are a lot of things Xiaomi could have improved. It's a cluttered software with a lot of bloatware, third-party apps, and so-called features. Xiaomi has always done a great job at making the UI visually appealing, but it still needs to do a lot of cleanup. Though it runs the older generation Android version, the MIUI 9 has many tricks up its sleeve like split screen, multi-window, a built-in app lock, and a bunch of cool themes and wallpapers to make up for its lack of the latest Android Oreo. But it's also true that a more simple interface would have made it easier to find the right thing quickly. Redmi 5 comes with a 12 megapixel rear sensor with f2.2 aperture, face detection autofocus and LED flash. In good light situations, Redmi 5 captures some good looking photos. They have good amount of detail, the colors are rendered beautifully, the details and object outlines are sharp for the most part. Though the colors do look slightly oversaturated and the dynamic range on it could have been better, but overall the Redmi 5 works well in ideal lighting. There's an HDR mode on the phone as well, which also works good to a great extent, but you do need to keep your hand steady to get a blur-free shot. In tricky lighting situations, the details captured are also nice, but then again we have seen better from Xiaomi. In low light situations, there's a lot of noise and grayness in the photos. There's a significant loss of detail though the phone does try to capture highlights and shadows accurately. This is where you will see the sheer lack of resolution making an impact on the details captured in the photos. The selfie camera on the Redmi 5 uses a 5 megapixel sensor with LED flash. It is just about an average camera and you would notice a hint of noise even in good lighting situations. Though it does try to accurately capture color and skin tones and the shutter is fast, the photos would lack detail irrespective of the lighting situation. So should you buy the Redmi 4? Redmi phones have always tried to match the trend, but due to their aggressive pricing and ability to pack best possible hardware, make them run-of-the-mill utility devices. They don't look or feel special, but they definitely get the job done for the least possible money. But the Redmi 5 is a different Redmi. It not only gets the job done, but also looks great and feels great. Despite its cluttered UI, a slightly inferior build quality, and not so great cameras, it is still the best performing and good looking Android phone you can buy right now for ₹7,999. Let us know what you think about the Redmi 5 in the comment section below. Also, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos delivered directly to your inbox. Thank you for watching.